check in the back is just working.
It's on Facebook or YouTube?
So I'm doing it on YouTube, and then I'm gonna throw that link to Facebook.
It's on Facebook or YouTube?
Right now it's on YouTube, and I'm gonna take the link now. Throw that link to. Now I'm gonna throw that on the Facebook.
I wasn't asking again. That was some feedback.
Right now it's on. That's hilarious. And I'm gonna take the link. Copy this. I forgot about that part. So I'm reading that. So that is very good. All right, so now I'm going over to Facebook. That's getting this. Okay. And okay. There. Yeah, okay. No, I don't need it. Just make the post, please. Thank you. See this? What is okay.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So you posted the YouTube link in Facebook and telling
Yep.
people to come there. Okay.
Yep.
Let me update the people I've texted, tell them that's how to be.
So if they go as they're joining us here on our Fashionetta page, they should be seeing us. All right. So it's always, and I'm sure you've gone to Instagram and Instagram Live, and people are sitting there. Oh, we're just waiting for the people to come in. So that was our little time. We were just waiting for the people to come in. But now the people are they're coming in, but they're gonna be listening from this point forward. And we just want to say welcome and happy hump day. And we are just it's just over a week, maybe a week and a half left to our 25th presentation of Miss Fashionetta, the Bakersfield chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority has been presenting Miss Fashionetta to our community since 1985, which is awesome. And so many young ladies I know have we've been blessed to work with them. 85. Yeah, I guess I'll admit that I was born at that time, and technically, I guess being in Fashionetta, but I just it's always been in the background being a person from Bakersfield, like hearing about that in the community. My name, I guess I should say that first, or start out with that, is my name is Raquel Jones, and I have the privilege of serving as the general chair for this year's Miss Fashionetta. And here with me is the general co-chair, Dr. Tracy Powell, for Fashionetta this year. And Tracy, you're from Chicago. Do they have Fashionettas?
No, I had never heard of Miss Fashionetta prior to moving to Bakersfield. What they do in Chicago is most of the chapters have, I won't say most, but the chapters that do have this as a fundraiser, they do their own chapter cotillions or debutante balls. But they don't use the AKA official Miss Fashionetta designation for their debutante or debutante balls or cotillions, but they have some things that are somewhat similar, but not an official Miss Fashionetta.
With that spirit of supporting young ladies and kind of grooming them and mentoring them and definitely helping them fundraise, because you've said one of the key words fundraiser, help them raise funds for their scholastic futures,
Yeah.
which is by any name, we definitely can use some financial support. Those students can definitely use some
Right.
financial support for their
For
future.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure. As someone who will admit to being born in 85, I won't say what year I graduated from college, but as someone who's still paying their student loans to this day, yes, anything we can do to help these young people to raise funds for their college tuition and college expenses so that one, it doesn't prevent them from not being able to go, and two, so that they're not years old like me and still paying for their student loans. So
right.
anything we can do to help them with that, we definitely want to do, and we're happy to do that, whether we call it Miss Fashionetta, debutante ball, or whatever. The goal is the same,
Yeah,
and also to teach them the etiquette and the workshops and everything else that they're going to need moving forward in life, in addition to raising the funds.
exactly. So this year's Fashionetta, we are just so thankful to the community and all the supporters of our six beautiful, epic, enchanting pearls of illustrious character. The community has very much supported them in their efforts of raising funds for their scholarships. So you have purchased ads, you've given sponsorships, you've purchased a ticket. And if you haven't purchased a ticket, you have really
One day.
literally just one day, just a few hours left to purchase a ticket, and you can definitely support a participant by doing that. So you can join us on June 9th at the Bakersfield Marriott, and come see these wonderful young ladies and our littles and all of the people who will be there. Um,
Raquel, I'm sorry. What are the littles? Some people may not know who or what the littles are.
what the littles are, oh my goodness, they're gonna steal your heart. So not only do we have these high school aged, college bound young ladies, six, this year we have five littles. They are elementary school ages kinder through, this year we got through fourth grade. We've got five little participants. We've got four Miss Ivy Angel contestants and one Mr. Debonair contestant. And they're also raising money for their scholarship funds as well. So since they're little, we've just always called them the littles. So we are excited
Yeah.
to have them. And just speaking of the littles really quick, you have one day left to sponsor them. If you want to donate a sponsorship to help them, uh, that is available until May 30th as well. So,
So tomorrow is the last day to purchase tickets to the event and the last day to sponsor the littles.
right,
Okay. All
that's
right.
right.
So some people may be saying, well, I don't know any of the girls or I don't know any of the littles. Why should I go? Why should I attend?
You should attend. Again, it's a community event where we're really just taking a little time. It's not all day. It's just an hour or two. It's just a little time to support these young people, to celebrate the community, celebrate scholarship. These six young ladies, just their GPAs alone, and they're young ladies from, all the high schools throughout town, but they have really high GPAs, so we know that they are gonna go far. And these littles, we don't check their GPAs, but they're just bright. You can see the brightness in their eyes. Your presence supports them and their families. Their families have worked really hard for these last 4 months, and your attendance just adds to the joy of celebrating them and supporting them
Mhm.
on their little special day. They have just one little special day. So
Yeah,
in this
they
season
do.
of celebration and graduations, this is one last hurrah to come out and support it.
Great, great. I have a few other reasons. So people, as I was recruiting for people to be in Miss Fashionetta this year, I got a lot of, what is that? What do they do? So if you have someone who is a middle school, do you all call it middle school or junior high here?
Actually, we have both.
Okay. Well, if you have someone that's younger or even in their early years of high school and you're considering, is this something that they might want to do? This is a perfect opportunity to bring them so that they can see for themselves. Now, of course, they don't get the feel of the full program, but we will be showing a highlight video that goes through some of the things they were doing over these past 4 months, and they do get to see the culmination of the program. I know one of the young ladies at my church, I had invited her to participate, and she was reluctant. And she happened to be at church last Thursday as we were rehearsing. And I don't know if you noticed that she kept peeking in, and I
Oh,
saw a little bit of
oh, I
regret,
see. Oh,
but
see.
she's coming. So she'll still have an opportunity to see it this year and
Good.
hopefully be able to participate in future years. So it's an opportunity to see if this is something that either your littles or your high school or soon to be high schoolers would want to participate in. And then it's also great cultural exposure. When I moved here, I cannot tell you how many people said, "Why would you move to Bakersfield from Chicago? It's nothing to do here."
Never
One,
said
I
that.
totally disagree. No, you never said that because you were one of the people I was doing stuff with. But I totally disagree. There are things to do here. Now it's not like being in LA where there's something to do every weekend,
Great.
but this is one of those things to do.
Mhm.
So, as opposed to saying there's nothing to do in Bakersfield, this is an opportunity to get out, network, meet some people that are doing things in the community so that you can also continue to contribute to the community as well. Besides, it's not every day that you get to come hang out with the AKAs.
Exactly. Exactly. Which you would want to do, which you will be blessed to do.
Yes,
I
exactly.
totally agree.
It's
I,
May.
that's what we're supposed to do. So one another like you mentioned in Chicago, they don't necessarily use the name Fashionetta. We use the name Fashionetta, but as people can attest, Bakersfield people can attest, we've had different iterations of how our event is presented, and there's been a couple of exciting additions and changes this year, our 25th presentation of Miss Fashionetta, and we have corporate sponsors. We want to thank our corporate sponsors, Beverly Behavioral Health. We want to thank Kern Family Healthcare, and we want to thank Nestle Purina for being corporate sponsors. I personally am just so overly thankful and over the moon that we have that corporate sponsorship, because I've always known that when we articulate and those corporations hear about what we're doing, the support is there. And this year that has happened. So we're just so thankful to those companies in particular and our future corporate sponsors as well. So that's one exciting addition. And another exciting addition is our silent auction. And our silent auction happens to be going on right now, and it
Yep.
will culminate on Sunday, June 9th. Um, and and it's a silent auction that is happening online. So we know that we have supporters local and supporters from far away. So all of our supporters and those who may have not heard of us yet, they can learn about us and they can participate in the silent auction. And Sir Tracy, you happen to be the spearhead, our chair of the silent auction. So tell us what inspired you or made you think of a silent auction, bringing that to us this year.
I cannot take any credit for that. It was not my idea. I actually graciously stepped into the position when someone else had to step out due to a conflict of interest. However, my previous chapter, I was the fundraising chairman, and one of the things that we did was a silent auction. Actually, I think I sent my son to on a people-to-people trip and funded it with a fundraiser that also featured a silent auction. But we know that some people come to events. We know that some people want to support, but they don't want to actually come to an event. So to versify how people are able to support is always a good thing. So as you mentioned, the corporate sponsorships, the ticket sales, the ads, the silent auction, and sometimes people want to give, but sometimes we also want to get something for what we give.
I'm not
So
mad at it. I'm not
the
mad at it.
the right, right. The online silent auction just gives another layer of where people can support, but it also adds a little excitement because you can get into a little bidding war back and forth and telling people leave that alone. I'm working on that item. So it gives a wide variety for people to be able to support.
Right.
And we have had some wonderful items donated to our silent auction. Some I was a little upset about because like I had already bought my tickets to the San Jose Jazz Festival, and then they donated to um all stage passes for the San Jose Jazz Festival. So like I've already paid my two whatever, three whatever for my tickets, and now it's some on there, but it's okay. Someone's gonna be blessed, and then we can alternate who'll go save the seats since somebody else will be there, and that's a blessing I'm gonna see from it. But yeah, it's some good items that are there. What's I know you've been on there because I saw that you got into a little bit of a bidding frenzy with someone, but I
I,
know one item that you won because I saw you bid on it. But what
I
are some of your favorite items?
Um, so I first bid because, and we're gonna show you these items, but
Okay.
I bid on this item because it was hidden on the second page. So I was like, okay, it's in the background. People are not gonna immediately see it. And it was for a nail appointment. And who doesn't want self-care? So um and I was like, oh, and it's like hidden in the corner. So I could just make my little bid and I'll win because nobody's gonna be looking out for that. It's way back on the second page. But when people actually started signing up and bid it was like the first thing that was bid on. I guess they were thinking
Well,
the same thing as me.
you know how that goes. Nobody wants anything until somebody else wants it.
Exactly.
That's how it goes. And something must have changed because it's actually the last thing on the first page now.
Oh,
Um,
see,
so I don't know what happened with the formatting, but that may have also contributed to some people being interested in that item that you were looking at. So
that is so true.
yeah.
So let's give the people what they want. Let's show them
Okay.
about the silent auction. So MissFashionetta.com, as you can see on our little backgrounds here, is the key for if you want a ticket, if you want to sponsor. It's also for the silent auction. So I'm going to get my technology to cooperate with me here. And so when you go to MissFashionetta.com to uh, register and bid for the silent auction, you'll be, of course, greeted by a couple of our beautiful smiling faces of our epic pearls, but you'll click silent auction. Of course, you click over there for if you want to get a ticket, like click silent auction, and it takes
Yeah, don't
you.
forget tomorrow's the last day to get those tickets.
That's right. That's right. And no tickets are gonna be sold at the door, clearly, because we're gotta wrap the ticket sales up quickly. And it takes you right to our auction website. So the auction is going to be live until Fashionetta Day, which is Sunday, June 9th. And you see the little countdown listing here. And you're gonna go into auction. Excuse me, pardon me. You could also,
So
if
you
you
went
notice,
to the missfashionetta.com that's above our heads in green,
I
and
sure,
that sent you to that page that you were just on, right?
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And here, and when you click on auction, you can see well, all of the items that we currently have available to bid on. So there's this Michael Kors bag, our local university, Cal State University. There's a Spirit basket. Here is
There's a
the
lot of nice stuff in there too. Yeah, there's that jazz festival that I already
there's
paid
the
for.
jazz. And it's 2 3-day all passes. So the full Jazz Fest. That's what these tickets are for. And that Jazz Fest is in August.
It gets you in for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And for anyone who's never been to that San Jose Jazz Festival, they have 3 stages that are outside that they rotate on. But then surrounding the park where they have the Jazz Festival, they also have music set up inside different venues. And this all stages pass gets you into those other venues as well. So last year I went for the first time. I only did the outdoor, and there were a few things I was walking by like I want to go in and I couldn't because I didn't have the all stages pass. But this one gets you into all of the stages that they have, no matter, who's performing when or where. So
Oh,
yeah,
wow. And it's
come join me.
exactly. And the starting bid is 170. That is great. And this is for two people to go. That is
That is for 2 people.
wow.
And they just released the hotels for Jazz Fest. And they're literally right across the street from the park. So bid on this and then go ahead and get your hotel too.
Yeah. And you'll be set. That is an awesome prize. Wow. And then there are these amazing trips that are up for auction as well. So this trip to Antigua is it's for 7 to 9 nights. And for this special offer is a severe discount on the lodging. So tell us about how these trips work.
Yeah, sure. Because I know when I first saw these, I was like, something doesn't sound right, something doesn't smell right.
Right.
So I actually looked up the company, Elite Island Resorts, because I did not want to put anything on our website that's representing us that was fraudulent.
Yes.
The reviews are mixed. However, if you read the reviews, the people who
Mhm.
are not happy are the people who did not read the fine print that we put on our website.
Yes.
So
Yes. That's not in fine
basically,
print. Look, it's in regular font. Yes.
exactly. It's the same print as everything else. But basically, with these trips, as you stated, Raquel, people are bidding on the actual room. So this is for 2 rooms for 7 to 9 nights.
Wow.
So they value this at $2,100 for the rooms, for 2 rooms for up to 18 nights, well, 18 nights total.
Hmm.
So what we did was we started our bid at 10% of that cost, so $210. And you might be saying, why did we start the bid so low? The reason is you still have to pay the resort fee, which is the all-inclusive fee. So let's say that this package ends up going for $500 and you and 3 people are going to end up going and taking 2 rooms. Each of you all will then need to pay $145 per person per night. I'm only going to do it for a week because not everybody has a whole lot of vacation time. But if you are paying $145 a night per person for 7 nights, that's $1,015. But don't forget, you paid $500 for the room. So that's another $125 per person. So for $1,140, you are getting an all-inclusive 7 night trip to Antigua for $1,140. Now I just
Wow.
paid for my AKA anniversary trip,
Yes.
and I'm going to combo for 4 nights for
Yes.
1,100.
And that's just
Seven
one.
nights in Antigua
Yeah. Yeah.
for 1140. So these are great deals. The reviews for the people who have gone, they have all had nothing but positive things to say about the actual resorts. And if Antigua is not your spot, that's okay because we have 8 trips all together. I'm not going to tell you which one is my once you go on a bid on it, but
Right.
I am putting a bid in because one thing that we learned is that when whoever puts in their bid first, let's go back up to that same one because I'm
Okay.
not going to show my cards on the one I want. But if I go in and put in a starting bid of $210,
Yeah.
but then I tell the system, and if I'm getting too far ahead, tell me to be quiet and I'll say this
I
later.
don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay.
But let me, so I'm clearly, I'm interested in this trip. So in order to get in on this, I would need to register. So you just click register and you just enter your information in there really quick. Y'all don't email me, but if you email me, anybody who knows me, I could treat it like the phone. I don't have to answer or respond in any
You
way.
on the phone, I tell you.
I don't know. You're my. I'll have to I'll let you be my doctor because I got phone issues. Uh, so we're just registering. Of course, you would put in your actual information. I'm not sure why it's not letting me change my. Oh, because
Because you're already signed in right now. But people get the gist of it. As you saw, it
right.
was real simple. She was on the item and just clicked register. If
Yep.
you want to register before you even view an item, it's at the top of the page as well. You
Yep.
will need to have your credit card ready.
Yep.
So that way, because in order to bid, you have to be registered with the credit card. You don't have to be registered to view the items, but we want to make sure that anyone that wins the bid, the funds are there and your card is going to be charged after the auction closes at 4:30 Pacific Standard Time on Sunday, June 9th. So we won't show the card being registered, but you're
Right.
already in there.
Yep.
So that's how you would register. And then once you're registered, and I don't know if you want to sign in
Yeah.
under your other account. So
I'm
there
gonna
is a
do
way, I
that.
think if you go home,
I'm
okay.
just gonna let them see our faces while I do that here on the side,
See
which is
y'all face.
great.
I should
I know.
smile since
Hey,
this
hey.
is.
That's
You know, the other thing while you're doing that,
yeah,
one of the other ones I really liked, and I'm gonna see if I can show it.
yes.
Let me see if I'm able to share my screen. Doo, doo, doo. It's sharing my screen, but here we go. All right. Can you see my screen with the items?
It's coming. It'll. Yep, there it is. Yep, it's live and in color.
Okay. All right. I want to get us going now. All right. So I didn't mean to click on the guest bags, but since we're on the guest bags, these are cute too with the red and the green dress guest
They
bags.
sure are.
But I was trying to scroll down and oh, don't forget if you get outbid on the other certificates, these are also two beauty nails certificates that come with the foot bath too.
Oh, that's
So
right. I
yeah,
I need
there's
to do
another
that.
option for you.
I mean, don't
Um,
hit on that, people. You don't want that. You don't want
Oh,
that.
in addition to BSU, CSUB, and we also have Taft and
It's hopefully
The
it's
coach, and she gave a 1 month on. Actually, she gave two 1 month online memberships. So this is something that people can bid on if you want your face to slim down and go into clavicle gate. That's what we call it, a clavicle gate. But that's not what I was coming on for. I was coming to show this, the Macy's basket that was donated by Macy's Bakersfield. There's so much stuff in here that the person that secured this basket couldn't even see it all to list it.
wow.
Um, but everything in here is valued up to $500. And it's some nice things in here. Some high-end products are
Yeah.
in this Macy's basket. So
Yeah.
this was one of my other favorites that was on here. So yeah, it's some nice things.
Wow.
Do you have your sign in or you want me to go ahead and sign in?
I do, but you can since they're there, since you're there.
Don't email me either, y'all.
Okay.
So So I'm signed in for whatever reason it's telling me my clock is 16 seconds ahead. So that's their way of letting me know that if I think it's cut off, it's really 16 seconds left. Um,
Oh, funny.
yeah, because I'll be like, that's 4:30. I won. And somebody can go in 10 seconds later and outbid me.
Oh my
But
God.
this bid starts at 250. So I can start it at 250.
Hmm.
But then I can say, even though I'm starting it at 250, I'm willing to go up to 400.
Hmm.
And I'm not gonna click everything because it's really gonna capture my bid.
Right. Right.
But
Right.
if I click this green button right here, then it's saying, okay, I'm bidding 250 right now. I'm willing to go up to 400. And again, we already said when somebody else sees somebody bid, they know they're gonna go in and bid now.
Yeah.
But Raquel might come behind me and try to bid 275. But because I've already told the system I'm willing to go up to 400,
Hmm.
being the first bidder, the system is automatically going to bump Raquel's 275. And
Hmm.
then she might say, okay, fine, I'll do 300. It's
Hmm.
still under my 400. So it's going to bump her 300 and put me at 300. And then she's like, okay, fine, I'm not going to do 25. I'm going to do 50. I'm going to go up to 350. Is still under my 400. So it's going to bump her 350 and still give me the bid at 350.
Yep.
So being an early bidder and putting in your max, it's allowing the system to bid for you. And
Hmm.
then it will ensure that you stay the winning bidder until someone else bids higher than your max. And that's what's showing on the screen right now. So I know some people are like, oh, I'm going to wait because I don't want to get into a bidding war. I don't want somebody to outbid me. But don't wait, because if you go in and you put in your max bid, then the system will keep bidding for you
Yep.
until someone bids higher than your max bid.
Yep.
So
And that's how I lost the certificates because I put my max in. I said, oh well, that's enough of a cushion. That'll be good. I won't have to worry about it. I'm gonna let the website do it for me. But the other person was just determined. So,
well,
but
you
that
know, with the
is
gift certificates, it makes sense because, like you said, you're gonna go get your nails done. If you have $100 gift certificate, even if you end up getting it for 95, you've still saved $5.
exactly,
Um,
exactly.
so there are a few other gift certificates on
I
there.
saved $5, and those proceeds benefit the Bakersfield Ivy Legacy Foundation, so it supports further scholarships. Our YLI program, which is our program in conjunction, so the foundation works collaboratively with the chapter to financially support, those programs. And YLI focuses on, they're not even junior high students. I think they're like fifth grade or something, are
I
young,
think so.
those
Yeah.
those elementary school students focused on leadership. So and all for it, and it altruistic. So I got my nails done and I made a donation. And sometimes it depends on how much your bid was. A portion of it possibly could even be tax deductible. If you happen to buy an event ticket, part of your event ticket is tax deductible. If you give a sponsorship to a little, uh, for the sponsorships for girls and ads for girls, that has passed. But if you give a sponsorship for a little, that's 100% tax deductible. So whatever you're giving is tax deductible because the foundation has partnered with the chapter for this Fashionetta to give that benefit to our supporters. So that altruistic in the silent auction, I just want to take a minute to say thank you to all those who donated those amazing prizes, because that donation um, really does support when people bid and they win, and they give, they are very much supporting our program. So thank you to those donors and thank you to the business.
Yes, and definitely. And when you're looking at the items, you can actually see the companies or the individuals that donated. And when I say donated, not the individuals of the chapter, um, entity may have donated, because we also want to give them kudos and publicity as well, because these are people that are supporting us and our foundation. So we want to also support them in their business. So if you see something or someone that's on here that you've been considering, like, yeah, I've been seeing them, I've been thinking about stopping by, please stop by, because know that they're supporting us and our efforts. And we want to make sure that we're doing what we can to support them so that they continue to be able to thrive as a business as well.
That's right. That's right. And it's so encouraging. It encourages me, it encourages all of our members when those companies, and no arms were twisted, no arms were hurt in this, in this endeavor. They gladly give. They gladly give.
I don't know if I can stand by that statement, but
Oh, admission and
I,
confessions.
I can be very persuasive in my requests. You
That's
saw some of my follow-up emails.
that's true. But it was kind velvet mallet. I was like, yeah, let me find some stuff to donate. So we're just but we're very just thankful and so excited. So join us in the silent auction, support these young people, and you know I work with high school age kids sometimes, and they keep you young. But sometimes in the morning I realize I'm not young anymore. But all of these, the giving, just like a circle of life, they're inspiring to us, and we are hoping and striving just to inspire them. So we thank you. You're inspiring us by watching and participating. Spread the word, share the video, uh, and just continue to support the community. Every little bit, no effort goes unnoticed. No effort is unreturned, and every effort and thought really does make a difference. So
Agreed.
I say thank you. We appreciate you. We look
Yeah.
forward to seeing you on June 9th.
Yes, yes. Can I add one last
Of
thing?
course.
If there's something that you see on the silent auction that you have just got to have, there is a buy it now option.
Mhm.
Um, the recommendation for online and silent auctions is, if you're going to have a buy it now option, they recommend pricing it at 125% of the retail value. We did not do that. We priced it for the most part at 85% of the retail value. So you do have the option to buy anything that is on there at the buy it now price. And that way you don't even have to fool with waiting to see if somebody's going to outbid you. You can just say, I want it. I'm not playing with them. I'm going to get this item right now. And depending on what it is, we can get it to you even before the event if you just have to have it. Like they say at a Cold Stone, like it, love it, gotta have it. If you gotta have it, then you can do the buy it now option as well. But www.missfashionetta.com to get your event ticket before the end of the day tomorrow, or register for the silent auction, or give to the littles.
That's it. That's it. Perfect. So we will see you in these silent auction streets first, and then we will see you at the Bakersfield Marriott on June 9th. So thank you. Thank you, and
Good night.
good night.